spotlight, but again, yes, I have to, unfortunately. All right, Wendy.
Apa Zenu? Voor de Niaja voor de Metoto. Yeah, my son, yes. So my name is Wendy, I'm from the Netherlands, you will hear it in my accent. I'm practicing for more than 2 decades now as a relationship and family counselor. And I was introduced to, let me be very specific, I was introduced to Kenya, Nairobi, Makara as part of Islando in 2003. And I got completely infatuated by the energy, the creativity and the innovation that I received from the people from that slum area. And I can say I got addicted to Makara. I don't know if that's a good thing. It was not the big crowd, it was not the changa, but it were the people and the energy of the people that made me come back over and over and over. So yeah, I never planned to live in Kenya, but here I am, living in Kenya. So something happened there. They say the best life happens when you do not plan it. Well, I'm the proof of it. Still practicing as a relationship and family counselor. I love evidence-based methods, and what that entails is that methods or approaches that are being proven by research, intense research, that those approaches work. So as a family counselor, I worked in the forensic psychiatry for many years, so that is youth between 14 and 24 with severe criminal behavior, acting out behavior, addictive behavior, and I always would make use of the system around it. That what also Brenda was mentioning, it's the ecosystem around it. So I would work intensively with not only the youth, but also the parents or the guardians, but also social, if social was there, or auntie. I would work with the school, and in that way we would try to see if the youth had more reasons to stay on the right path instead of slippery slope to remain on the path of destruction, like criminal and addictive behavior. Loved what I did, and parallel always visiting Kenya and at a certain moment implementing training programs with my colleagues in Matara on their request, because I'm not the expert of anybody. I can maybe be an expert of myself, but there it stops. So I would work with my colleagues. They would say, we're working here with young men and have a lot of anger management issues. Shall we design or co-design together an anger management training? That's, for example, one of the training programs was with the name Kata Temper, that we would then co-design, co-create, and then trainer of trainers, and then I would fade out. So for 10 years there was the program SUP. It's a little bit inspired by the slum upgrading program, but it is the social upgrading program. So for 10 years I would co-design with different youth groups or small-scale organizations, CBOs, and we would offer training programs on sexuality, anger management, trauma, and that was going on for 10 years. These days I have a mentorship program for young professionals because I'm getting old. Next year I'm hitting the 5, the big 5. So I think it's also a duty to do to see hey, can we also come together and inspire each other and be in support of each other as professionals, because this profession is complex enough. So thank you, Brenda. Yeah, you know I don't really am a fan of being in the spotlight. So, but for you, my love is big. Yeah, and thank you also being part of my journey here in Kenya. I really, really nashukuru sana.
Good afternoon. So my name is Ondari, and I met Brenda in 2009 when she taught mathematics and joined us in psychology. And I'm the one she was talking about. And we developed a quick friendship, and we realized we both had like a big vision for mental health. And it's been like partnering in many ways and helping each other, learning through each other as well. And so I'm a clinical psychologist now, practicing, and I work at EC Teaching and Referral Hospital and at the Gender-Based Violence Clinic. So yeah, I don't know, maybe let me leave it at that first, but we'll get to share more. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm excited to be here. I'm Dr. Opondo, Felix Opondo. I'm a clinical psychologist, professional clinical psychologist. I'm also an advocate of the High Court. So I practice both psychology and also practice law. I'm very excited about Brenda. I met Brenda when she was just, how we met with Brenda is really interesting because someone had been referred by one of her very good uncles, who is my very, very good friend. And then when he was coming to see me, Brenda came along with him. By then, Brenda was a psychology student at the University of Nairobi. And one thing that struck me with Brenda is that she requested me, can I sit in your session and just see how therapy goes on? I just want that hands-on experience. So I spoke with the person that I was going to see, and he had no problem with Brenda sitting in the session. And we conducted that session together with Brenda. She was still a student at the University of Nairobi. And from there we moved on. And one thing that again struck me with her was her innovativeness, her creativity, and that past of knowledge, of wanting to know. So from there we struck friendship with Brenda. And just like she said, I don't want to repeat what she said, she's one person that I've held her hand to walk with her, and I'm so excited and proud of her each and every moment. I am a founder of Psychologists Consult Kenya, an organization I work for. I also consult for quite a number of humanitarian organizations, especially in the areas of the psychosocial support. I also work with the National Counterterrorism Center as the lead psychologist. At the same time, also teach at the Judicial Academy, it used to be called Judicial Training Institute, where the interaction is teaching the judges and magistrates on the intersection between psychology and law. And I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to be identified with Brenda. Brenda, thank you so much. Great.
Wow, just wonderful people around one individual. I am actually jealous in a good way to you, Brenda, because having this kind of people around my life, I think I would be far than I am today. I'm so grateful that you have such kind of people around you. Wow, it's just wonderful. And what they have not told you, let me start with Wendy. Yeah, we have someone joining us online. Ladies and gentlemen, pardon me that this one slipped through my memory. There's someone joining us online. Her name is Kristina. We have mentioned her before this evening. She's one of our mentors, not just to Brenda, but to some of us, most of us. She has been working with us for some years now in this particular field, and she's also the person who trained Brenda in what she mentioned here about structuring, programming, and all that. So Kristina is joining us from I don't know whether you are in the United States or you are in Britain. You'll be able to tell us. So this is your floor now. Kristina, you can introduce yourself and what you do and how you are related to Brenda. Thank you. Just a minute, Kristina. I think we have a sound problem. We can't hear you. Just a minute. Kristina, can you hear me? All right, Kristina, can you hear me from your hand? Okay, yeah, you were not audible. We can't hear you. Just give us a minute. We are correcting our audio. Mafundi. What technical? We are working on it.
We can continue then.
Okay. As we wait for the audio structure, as we wait on Kristina, we will go on with the rest of us. Yeah, Kristina, pardon us for now. We are going to get back to you, but I'm sure you can hear her, so you can just listen and watch as we wait to get back to you. Okay, so now coming back to the people here in Kenya, let's land back here. Now, what Wendy did not mention is she's also one of the greatest mentors to Brenda. When she was introducing herself, she said 15 years, and I was like, I had 50 years. I was like, how old are we? So for the last 15 years, she has been there with Brenda, working with her as a young person, and I know she's not the only one that you have mentored as a young person. I know you have mentored other young people, and we'd just like to hear from you. What inspires you to mentor young people, to build them to be what they have? What do you see, the potential? How do you identify it? How do you build them to be what you want them to be? And coming to you, Nelson, you have a peer in Brenda. You have been working with her. You actually formed Kenya Psychology Network with her, and you have been with her over the years. What inspires you? What do you see in your fellow peers, young people? How do you want, like, when you are mentoring them and you are working with them, what inspires you to do this? And what do you see in these young people? And coming to you, Opondo, I know you have mentioned that you are one of the first people that saw Brenda when she was still young, she was still very green in this particular field. You identified her, you gave her an opportunity as an intern, and you actually been working with her over the years. We want to hear from you also. As a person that you have been building the lives of young people in this particular field, what inspires you? What do you see in young people? How do you build them? How do you mold them to be what they want to be the best of their version? We just want to hear from you, starting with you, Wendy.
Very good question, yes. So, there's a little story there, yes. My very, very first official job in the Netherlands was with a crisis or an emergency team. So that was a team connected to a national institution in the Netherlands for children between 0 and 18 years old and families that had to immediately an intervention had to be done. I was 25 when I joined that team, and I think it was the most intense job that I ever had. What it would mean is that sometimes youth would run away from home, or sometimes the police would bring cases, or anything that had to do with families in pure crisis. I'm talking about abuse, neglect, domestic violence, name it. And I was very, very young, and indeed, to use that word green, I was 25. I had to work with families that were in top crisis, and I had no clue what to do there. And there was an older man there, Herbert is his name. Herbert was 25 years older than I. And he said, you know what, the next 4 months, you're mine. Wherever we go together. And this was outreaching work. This was not office work. This was going into the ghettos of the Netherlands. And believe me, there are also ghettos in the Netherlands. So I would sit next to him in his car, going from police station to school, from school to maybe in jail, from jail to home visit, more home visits and more home visits. Going to all the cases, working with families in crisis. And it is due to this man who was 25 years older, and he really took me under his wings, that I had the first time like the chance to, more from a systemic level, like family therapy, that I had a chance to even contribute something. I was very, very often, almost daily, shaken up by everything that I had to witness and had to like show up there as their social worker, because that's where I started. Like later I went into counseling, and thanks to him, yes, I not only survived, but thanks to him, probably maybe I contributed something small in like working with the families. And he really, really, really guided me in laying this foundation when it comes to systemic work or family therapy, which later also relationship therapy came in. So I am always deeply grateful for Herbert and the patience that he took upon, and how he was challenging me, how he was questioning me. That made me to think, oh, you can't do this profession again, because it's already complex enough without that somebody is holding your hand and guiding you through this complexity. So when you come together, you also feel stronger. So that inspired me, that I thought, if I had that chance to be monitored, mentored, then yes, maybe one day I'm in a position also to mentor, but not because I believe I'm the expert. I really believe that you are all experts, and especially parents are experts of their children. But temporarily, leading from one step behind, you can like walk together. So why not walk together also as like, yeah, being like from human being to human being, from mentee to mentee, from facilitator to facilitator, from teacher to teacher, from inspirator to inspirator. So yeah, that is what truly inspired me, yeah.
All right. So for me, what initially inspired me is that I personally also went through a lot of mental health issues and struggles, and I really believe that the youth really are the future. But a lot of youth are also struggling with a lot of trauma, struggling with a lot of mental health issues, and also maybe they lack mentors, and they lack people like who can inspire them and remind them of their potential or what they are able to achieve. So even with Brenda, I think that was our main inspiration, that we both had that big vision of what, like if you can actualize your dreams, if you can be at your best, if you can heal through and get to connect to the deep part of yourself, then your potential is endless in terms of the good you can do and the people's lives you can touch. So for me, I think that is where I draw inspiration, because I think the youth really have a huge potential and a lot to achieve in terms of even changing the structure of society for the better. So for me, that is where I draw my inspiration, that maybe at some point I didn't have someone to mentor me, and if I can be that person for someone else, then that is what inspires me. Thank you.
To Dr. Opondo.
The question was what I saw in the I think. Yeah, basically, what really attracted me to Brenda, to work with her, to journey with her, up to this particular moment in time, I'd say part of it. But to summarize it in this way, I found Brenda very curious. And that was really a very, very important trait in terms of mentorship. Among the people I have mentored in my over 20 years experience in clinical or mental health, Brenda stands out. Brenda really stands out among all those I've mentored. I've had the opportunity to remove people. I've worked with people who have changed their profession just because of interacting and experiences that I've had with them. I've had people who have decided to study psychology just because of the interacting with them, especially in the area of psychology, training, mentorship, and etc. But Brenda stood out because I found her very curious. She really wanted to know. Number two, I found Brenda had open-mindedness. Brenda would show her something and she will see what you have not seen. And I found that really, really intriguing. Because you'd give her an idea, she'll look at this idea, she'll come out with what you have not seen. At the end of the day, you'll be able to be working on what you want to work on, at the same time developing an idea that she's come up with. I found Brenda has growth mindset. She wants to keep on learning. And Brenda has surpassed me. This is my mentee who has surpassed me in the area of mental health. Because Brenda's experience, expertise in mental health is wide. Brenda's moved to every other corner of the mental health. And that makes her, especially in terms of experience in the mental health, Brenda is someone that you need to know. Brenda is, if you want to develop mental health program, if you want openness and in mental health program, Brenda has touched every corner in the area of mental health, and this makes her stand out. Finally, Brenda is always motivated to learn more. Every other moment she's motivated. Her level of motivation to learn more is very high. And that's why you can't keep Brenda in one area. Now Brenda got a job here. Let me just give an example. Brenda is employed as a police